Good morning, I'm Audrey Gasolino. Here's your morning rush. Two guys who threatened his store manager over a bottle of iced tea are on the run. Police say on August 25th, these men walked into the 7-Eleven on Southeast Military and tried to steal a bottle of tea. Well, when the manager confronted them, one of the guys threatened them with a gun. They took off in a white and black two-door vehicle. If you know who they are, call Crime Stoppers at 224-STOP. Investigators are trying to figure out what caused a plane to crash near Canyon Lake. A child and two adults were on the single-engine plane yesterday afternoon when it went down in a wooded area. Fire crews saved two adults from the wreckage. The child was able to get out on their own. San Antonio and Bexar County parks reopened this morning. Local leaders had closed them over the Labor Day holiday weekend to encourage people to stay home. Only trails were allowed to stay open. And Jelly Belly's founder is launching a series of treasure hunts across the country before his retirement. David Klein says the big winner will walk away with the key to one of his candy factories. Thousands of dollars are also up for grabs if people find the golden necklaces hidden in every state across the country.